What's going on, everybody? Your boy Sin here, back with Anime Vote Season 3, Episode 2, if I'm correct. And I'm ready to get into it. But before we do, make sure, like, share, subscribe, join the Patreon family. We really would appreciate it. We got some dope stuff over there for y'all. And it allows us to keep doing stuff like this. So, now that we got all that out the way, let's jump into the next one, which is Battle Angel. So, you know where we like to start with this. Why does it resonate with me? So let's get the obvious out the way. Yes, it's blood, it's violence, it's sex. Okay, yes. I love all that stuff. But outside of that, this is the first time I can remember me being fascinated by the world building when I didn't understand what world building was. Having two cities, one above another one, where you have Salem sitting up top, and that's where the fortunate, if you will, live. And underneath them, you have the scrapyard, or whatever it's called, depending on where you're reading it or watching it. It's different dub interpretations of it. But the scrapyard's below, and as that kind of sounds, they dump their trash to them below, and they have to fend for themselves in the fight. And people have dreams of one day making it to Zalem and all that kind of stuff. But that's one thing I really like that stuck with me. The other thing is our main protagonist, Gally. I've always liked her look. Trench coat, short, dark hair, has the bodysuit with the sleeves so you can see the robotic arms with the high boots. I just thought it was a really cool look for the main character, and I've always have loved it. So with that out the way, let me give you the synopsis according to Anime News Network of what this is about, so you can get an understanding of where we're going with this. So I'm gonna read this off to you. Doc Ito, a doctor and mechanic who lives and works in the hellish post-apocalyptic scrapyard, finds the miraculously preserved remains of a female cyborg in a junk heap. After he revives and rebuilds her, the prematurely strong amnesiac Gally begins to forge a life for herself in a world where every day can bring a fight for her life. So, that's the synopsis. So with that being said right there, should you give the time out of your busy schedule to give this one a viewing? What do you guys think? Is it yes? Is it no? Maybe? I'm going with yes on this one. I was pleasantly surprised going back and revisiting this one. So, as you know, where we like to start is with the intros. But you know that by now, OVAs do not have intros. It's just they put the time on the screen and they just keep moving and get right into it. So there's no intro to talk about, so we're bypassing that. We're going straight to the characters. So, the question is, do the characters hold up after all this time? I'm going to go with yes. Even though this is only an adaptation of the first 2 volumes of the manga, there's a lot here to chew on. So let's just start with Dr. Ito, for instance. He's a doctor, he's a scientist, he's a badass bounty hunter, and he's a former resident of Zalem. So there's a lot there to unpack that they don't take the time to dive too much in it during these 2 episodes, but they give you enough information for you to want more. Just like with Dr. Chirin, who's not in the manga, but I enjoyed the character because what she adds to Ito and Gally. Like, for some reason, she hates Ito. We don't know why. We know they used to be partners, and apparently they used to be lovers as well. So, and also, another former resident of Zalem. Bunch of stuff there to unpack. Like I said, it's only 2 episodes. They focus mostly on Gally in these. But there's a lot there for me wanting to dive in and know more, whether it's going back and read the manga or it's wishing we had a new adaptation of it. And we have Gally, our main protagonist, who she has amnesia. She's trying to find her place in the world. I think, like I said, I'm just guessing from this because they don't really dive into it too much, but I'm thinking the reason why she's going down a more violent path, if you will, of becoming a bounty hunter is because of something in her past that she can't remember, which they do allude to that.
Gally, you're absolutely right. You're not my toy. Your life is your own. But why a hunter? Is it some demon hidden in your untapped memory?
Yeah, you see what I'm talking about? They kind of allude to something being there, so I kind of like that, and I like seeing the character grow and who she's becoming as she's finding herself. There's also another character I would say worth mentioning. These are probably the big 4 characters, is Yugo. I won't get into him too much. I'll leave that for you all if you decide to go watch for yourself. but his driving goal is to get to Zalem, and he has a tragic past, which you get it once you all see how it all comes together. Yeah, I enjoyed all the characters that we were introduced to in these 2 episodes, and I'm looking forward to one day going back and reading the manga and just diving more into it. So let's move on now to the genre itself and see if it still holds up. So, does it stack up? Does it hold up in the genre itself? I would categorize this as action, adventure, cyberpunk, drama. I think that's the best way to describe it. I think if you're in the cyberpunk, there's enough here for you. If you like action, adventure, and drama, there's plenty of that here for you. I think the choreograph in the action sequence held up well after all this time for being something that came out in 1993. Matter of fact, let me just show you kind of what I'm talking about. Yeah, like I said, overall, I really enjoyed the action, and it's a lot more than I remembered back in the day. But it was a pleasant surprise to sit back down and watch this and be excited about what they're talking about, the action I'm seeing, the drama that I'm seeing take place. I really enjoyed it, and yeah, let's just move on to the overall at this point. Overall, I'm glad I revisited this one. It's been so long since I've seen it, and it was a pleasant surprise. I don't remember liking this as much as I did back then, but I had to because I rented it all the time. Gosh, time flies by. But no, I think this deserves a full season show run, like a season or 2, depending on how long the manga run it was. But I think it deserves to be 24 episodes at least to really flesh out, really tell this story, really give the characters backgrounds. I think it's long overdue, and it deserves it. I never saw the James Cameron live action version. I specifically waited until this came around to do this, and now that it's done, yeah, I'm about to go sit down, watch that, see how I feel about that, and let me know what y'all think. Did you enjoy it as much as I did? Would you like to see a modern readaptation of it with fresh coat of paint, full season slate, and the whole 9 yards? And if you would like to see that, what production house you think could handle it the best? Let me know in the comments below. I'm looking forward to that. So until next time, I will catch you all later. Deuces.
Loading snacks.
What's going on, everybody? Did you enjoy what you saw? Of course you did. So if you want to help us out and support us, here's what you can do. On whatever platform you're currently streaming this on, just like, share, and subscribe. Then head over to patreon.com/loading snacks and become one of our patrons there.